It's our favorite complete recipe collection filled with mouth-watering homemade dishes featuring breads, breakfasts, appetizers, lunch, dinners, and desserts. Get out your measuring cups, mixer, and chopping board. The Home and Backyard Cookbook begins right now. Right here on Maple Street in downtown Montrose is a place called Mazar's Green View Restaurant. It's a nice little place where locals gather to have good food and good conversation. Let's go inside. Now, what are you going to prepare for us today?
Well, we're going to do two different dishes, Jackie. We're going to do the shrimp and chicken scampi, which is a very popular one here. And then we're also going to do our appetizer, our seafood pierogies.
Excellent.
And that's always a hit.
Okay, well, where do we start?
Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're just going to take our sizzler, and we're going to take our chicken and toss it in this plain breadcrumb.
All right.
They're nice and fork tender all the time, and they cook quickly.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take our shrimp, and we're going to toss it in the crumb also.
Oh, we're going to bread those too. Nice.
Right.
And then what is this?
And this is our scampi sauce.
Okay.
This is our Mazar scampi sauce, actually.
And that's kind of what you're basically known for. A lot of folks might not know that. You're known for your sauces.
Right. Since 1991, we've been producing our sauces. We started off in the Wyoming Valley. Now we do it in Montrose.
Excellent.
And all I do is coat it. And then I'm going to send this away to the kitchen. We're going to take this to the oven and put it in a 400-degree oven for 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay, Jimmy, what's next?
Now we're going to do our seafood pierogies. It's an appetizer here at the restaurant.
Okay.
In fact, if I go to the table, I always tell them, if you don't like it, I'll buy it. I haven't bought one yet.
See? That's a good sign.
Yep.
Okay, so what are we doing here? A little bit.
So this is our Mazar garlic butter, and I'm just going to melt this down in the pan.
All right.
Let it get hot. All the items in this product are raw. So we grind fresh garlic, fresh parsley, and onion. So we're going to let this sit for a second.
Now, your products, you sell several different products, and you sell them here in Montrose at the restaurant, and also you have a location in Nicholson.
That's correct. That's the Bridge View in Nicholson, right across from the bridge that's being celebrated this year for its 100-year anniversary.
Isn't that exciting?
Yes, it is.
Spectacular view you have from there.
The timing of the garlic butter is kind of critical. You want it to be sizzling, but yet not browning.
Oh, all right.
Okay. And what I'll do is I'll take my scallops and put them in. These are a nice base scallop. And then our shrimp.
Okay.
For this dish, the last one we butterflied, and this one here, we are just splitting them.
I see. Okay. Nice.
And then we're going to add some of our mushrooms.
All of my favorite things.
I do not like to put my pierogies in the water. I just put them right in my pan. They're 100% cooked. All we want to do is heat.
Now, what type? Are they potato, cheese?
These are potato cheese, three cheese pierogi. Yep.
All right. Nice.
And now we're going to put our spinach in.
All right.
We'll let this sweat down. This is a baby spinach I use. It really doesn't have to.
Spinach and kale are so popular now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Everybody wants kale and spinach, but that's good because they're both good for you.
And now I'm going to add my tomatoes. I like to give a little pinch of salt and pepper.
All right. Beautiful. It's like it's about done, right?
Yep. And we have
Plate
a nice
that up.
special way we
Plate it?
present them.
Okay.
And make a little pinwheel with our
Oh, fun.
pierogies.
Very nice. Looks fantastic, Jimmy. It
Smells great.
good too. Gorgeous. Well, now I get to taste these two dishes. And let's try the appetizer first. Very good. Oh, I like the sauce. It's good.
Bursting with flavors.
It is bursting with flavor. I really like it. I could taste that, like a little bit of garlic and, and the scallops and the pierogies. I like that combination. All right, now for our scampi dish. Let's get all this together here. Very good. Chicken's tender. It has a lot of flavor. Shrimp is good. It kind of soaks up all that flavor, doesn't it?
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you so much for having us here at Mazar's Greenview in Montrose.
Thank you for coming. This is awesome.
Thanks so much. We are excited to be here today with our good friend Christina Hitchcock of It Is a Keeper, and we are celebrating summer salads.
Summer, yay! The long winter is over.
It sure is, and you're going to make us a pasta salad, right?
Yes, so this is classic macaroni salad. Every barbecue, every summer get-together needs to have a bowl of classic
I agree,
salad.
100%.
So this is a mayonnaise-based salad. So I just have some mayonnaise here. Squeeze in about a cup.
Okay.
And in it goes. We're going to add some vinegar, just plain old white vinegar in there. That's going to give it some tang and really bring our salad to life.
Nice.
And then for sweetness, I have some sugar, just plain old granulated sugar. And then to really kick up the flavor, we're going to add some yellow mustard. And it gives it a nice little color, to, I think, to the dressing.
Yeah.
We'll put about 2.5 of those in there. Then to this, we're going to add some seasoning because we have to like really brighten this up. So I have my all-purpose seasoning blend. If you don't have this, the recipe for this is on my website. Yep. You can easily just add salt and pepper.
Okay.
And then this is my summer salad secret ingredient. I use this in so many summer salads. It's celery seed.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're gonna add a teaspoon of that and like just give that a smell. I love the way it smells.
Oh, it's so good.
I know. My favorite. So it goes in there. So we've got all of our ingredients here. Do you want to give this a whisk?
Sure, absolutely.
Awesome. Get that all mixed together.
So this is our dressing
That's
for
the dressing. Yeah. And I like to start with the dressing in the bottom of the bowl, and then we'll build on top of that. Okay, so we're going to set this aside, and we're going to start chopping our vegetables. So I have a bunch of different vegetables. If you want to work on this, I have some celery here.
Okay.
So to go with our celery seed, we have some actual celery. And then I have an onion, so we'll get those chopped up and we can start adding these vegetables to our salad.
Okay.
I think everything's bite-sized pieces, like what can fit on a fork.
Okay.
Okay, so we have these vegetables chopped. If you want to get those added to our dressing, I will work on chopping the bell pepper and we'll continue on with our salad.
All right, sounds good.
So I'm using a green bell pepper. You could use any color you'd like. Sometimes the orange or the yellow or even red adds really nice color to this salad. I think everybody's grandma has a recipe for macaroni salad.
I know. It's so classic though, and it makes such a great side dish.
It does. It really does. I mean, no barbecue is complete without it.
It's true, and it goes well with all of it. Hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken.
Or just a big bowl by itself for lunch.
True.
And I like it made ahead of time, so it has time to really sit and come together. So we have those, and then we have here some shredded carrots. So I'm gonna just put all of that together. We can put that into the salad. And then the last thing I have to chop up, and you can totally leave these out if these aren't for you, are some hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, perfect. I love the eggs.
I love hard-boiled eggs.
Plus, it's just another flavor and texture too, as
Yeah.
you say.
And I do like to save a little bit of the hard-boiled egg for the top
Oh, nice.
of the salad, just for a little bit of garnish. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in there, but I'm gonna save this last one, and I'm gonna slice them into rounds, and I'm gonna set them aside. And then if you wanna give this a gentle stir, we don't wanna be too rough because we have those eggs in there. Just give everything a spin around the bowl.
All right.
So that everything gets coated in that dressing. Okay, so here I have our warm pasta. We're gonna add that right to our bowl. And we like using warm pasta for this because the warm pasta will absorb all the dressing and the flavors and become one.
okay.
So yeah, so if you want to give that a stir,
That's another good tip there for
right?
us.
Nice big bowl.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
always grab the wrong size bowl, so
You're
grab
right.
a bowl bigger than you think you're gonna need.
You know what? That's a very good idea.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to, I can still see a little bit of steam coming off here.
Yeah.
We need to pop this into the refrigerator for a few hours, let it meld together and become one with the dressing and
Okay.
the pasta and the vegetables, and then we can dig in and give it a try.
Sounds good. Christina, this looks fabulous.
Oh, it smells so good.
It really does. It really does. Before we dig in, why don't you tell everybody where they can find the recipe and a little more about your blog?
Sure. So my website, itisakeeper.com. I have hundreds of recipes, including summer salads, grilling favorites, quick and easy 30-minute recipes. You can find everything at itisakeeper.com.
Let's dig
Let's
in.
go in.
This
I
looks
can't
so
wait.
good. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. That dressing.
It's sweet,
So
it's tangy.
Love it.
You have the crisp of the vegetables and the softness of the egg.
Terrific. Thanks, Christina.
You're
and
welcome.
here's to a great summer.
Here's to a great summer.
Thanks. I'm here with Laura Martinetti, and she is a blogger. Tell us the name of your blog.
It's called colorfultakeoutqueen.com.
Sounds pretty interesting. We're going to hear more about that later. So what's on the menu, Laura?
Well, I decided to open up spring with a little Asian flair. So the first thing that I'm going to make is an Asian glazed Cornish hen. Then I'm going to make shiitake quinoa. Then lastly, we're gonna make little spring rolls, little baby spring rolls.
Fun.
So this is gonna be very simple. We're gonna put the glaze on later. So all we're gonna do is I'm gonna put this sesame seed oil on first.
All right.
I want the Asian flavors to go throughout the dish. So I'm just gonna make sure that I just drizzle it on. And then very simply, I'm just gonna salt and pepper it.
Okay, just a little bit. Very nice.
Thank you. And I use sea salt or kosher salt. It's actually less sodium for you. I'm going to take this Cornish hen. It's going to go in the oven at 375 for about 60 to 70 minutes, depending on the strength of your oven.
All right, now we have quinoa here, right?
Yes, we're going to make shiitake quinoa. And these are about 3 shiitake mushrooms, and I just slice them thin. And I leave them whole. I leave them long like that, because you want to know you're eating a shiitake mushroom.
Yeah, I
So-
like that texture too. Okay.
Absolutely, but this is the easiest of all of the steps we're taking.
All right.
So I'm just going to take 1.5 cups of chicken broth. I always use 1.5 times the liquid because then I notice that the quinoa doesn't get dry. The quinoa is just, I'm using this in place of rice. Quinoa is a grain that is packed with protein. Lastly, I'm going to throw in the shiitake mushrooms. This is about 4 shiitake mushrooms, 3 or 4.
All right.
You could put in there. And then I'm just going to kind of stir it
All right.
to get everything in there. And then I'm just going to season it. Put a little sea salts, maybe a little more, and pepper. Stir that. And that's basically it. It's so easy. It's just a couple of steps. So we'll stir it to make sure everything's incorporated. And we're just going to put it right in there.
Perfect.
So easy. Just close the top and then just hit the power button for me.
All righty.
Right there.
Okay.
And then I want you to hit the white rice setting. And that's it. You are just gonna leave that for 20 minutes. You can go and do everything else you need to in the kitchen.
Love it.
And it's just the best thing ever. I love
like
it.
that. Okay, Laura, we got a whole bunch of new ingredients here.
Yes, we do. This is actually going to be the orange glaze that's going to go on top of the Cornish hen. So I'm gonna take my little juicer and we're gonna juice 1 orange. I also zested it as well. We're gonna use the
great.
zest from 1 orange too.
Awesome.
Just go in there.
Things wasted that way,
Juice
right?
it. Absolutely. I also compost, so anything that I am done with, I use for my garden outside. Then we're going to take this honey. This is a tablespoon of honey. It looks like a little bit more. I may have done that on purpose. And we're just going to put that in here.
Delish.
Then we're just going to kind of throw the rest of this in here, which is great. This is going to be the zest of 1 orange. This is 2 teaspoons of oyster sauce. And this is 2 teaspoons of hoisin sauce. And this is just 2 cloves of chopped garlic.
Wonderful.
So I'm just going to put everything right in here. Just put it on this little plate here so you just kind of get everything on there.
A lot of good flavors in this.
Yes.
Yeah, this glaze.
Very good. It's wonderful. And we're going to have 2 tablespoons of this brown sugar. I'm going to add that in there. It clumps up a little bit. There we go. 2 tablespoons of the sesame oil.
Yes.
In there. And then 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. There we go. Everything incorporates pretty quickly. It just takes a couple of minutes.
Great.
So it's really super easy.
And our quinoa is really cooking away here. A lot of
Yes.
steam coming out. Great.
It's steaming up. That's how you know it's working. So then what we're going to do, we're going to wait about 5 minutes or so, and then we're going to spoon it on top of the cornichon.
All right.
So perfect. And you can see the garlic at the top.
Oh,
the garlic is going to infuse the orange, so it's salty, sweet, and it creates this salty, sweet, dark color on top of the chicken.
Gorgeous.
And it's just beautiful. It really is.
All right.
Coming up.
Then you want to make sure it still looks like a roll, so you just roll it and roll it. And then you're done.
There it is.
Look at how cute.
Oh my God, it's perfect. All right, Laura, here we are at the stove. What are we gonna do?
Okay, we're actually going to start making the spring rolls now, which you are going to be helping me with later.
Yay.
So, yay! So, first off, we're just going to take 2 teaspoons of the sesame oil.
Yes.
I'm just going to put that right in the sizzling pan.
All right.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the ginger. This is 2 teaspoons of ginger. We want to brown that, and we want to put the garlic right in there after it. I'm going to mix that around just to flavor it,
Yes.
perfume it.
I love the smell of all that, the ginger and the
Me
smell of
too.
garlic. Oh, that's so good.
So next what we're going to do, this is really easy, we'll just put it all in. We have a little pinch of cayenne, and then we have 2 teaspoons of the oyster sauce, 2 teaspoons of the hoisin sauce, and I cut the carrots, the shiitake mushrooms, the scallions, and the celery into little matchsticks.
Right.
So this is all going to cook down, so it's going to be smaller, and we're going to fill the spring rolls with all of this.
Oh, that's terrific.
So the next thing I'm going to put in is 2 teaspoons of rice wine vinegar.
Terrific.
And then 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit more salt in there for flavor.
Okay. Now, while you're stirring, maybe you can tell us a little bit about your blog.
Oh, absolutely. I actually started the blog a year ago. And the whole reason why I started the blog is because, you know, dining out and takeout absolutely have a place in our lives.
Yes.
But my goal is to bring people back into their kitchen and just get them thinking about, you know, what is my favorite takeout dish? And, you know, how can I make it myself?
Yeah.
But in a more colorful and vibrant way. So this doesn't take very long at all, probably 5 minutes at most.
Right.
So if you don't mind, while I put the glaze on the chicken, can you stir for just another minute?
Absolutely. I
Great.
would love to.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Our spring roll filling is ready and cooled off.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're all ready. First, you just get the spring roll wrapper, and the easiest way to fill this, you just put it as a diamond towards yourself. Get a little bit of each part of the filling.
Right.
So you want the mushrooms and the scallions. You want a half a tablespoon. Then, in order to keep everything sealed,
Yes.
grab an egg yolk and grab one of these brushes, or if you don't have one of these little basting brushes, just use your finger. You can paint it on with your finger, and just paint the sides, and that'll seal it
Oh, all right.
as you're working on this. There we go.
Oh, excellent.
Perfect. To that. Then you're going to take the diamond, bring it towards the top,
Yes.
pull it in a little tightly, and then take the sides, bring it in, like that. And I'll work with you as you do it.
Okay.
And
An
just
envelope.
kind of like a little envelope. Then you want to make sure it still looks like a roll, so you just roll it and roll it. And then you're done.
There it is.
Look at how cute.
Oh my God, it's perfect. Okay, Laura, it's time to taste. My favorite thing. I
Best
think
part.
I will start here.
Okay.
The spring roll.
Do you like it?
Oh, wow.
Do you like the flavors
I'm
inside?
just going to say it's packed with flavor.
Good, good.
Everything is the perfect balance between a little bit of spice and a little bit of savory sweet. It's delicious. Oh my
Good.
goodness. Okay, now we'll try the chicken a little bit here. A little bit of quinoa, and I'll taste a veggie as well. Wow,
You like it?
this is so good.
It's like a salty, sweet crust.
Oh my God, and it's a little crispy, but the Cornish hen inside is really super juicy.
Good.
But I love all the flavors. You could taste the orange. Oh my God, the sesame and the quinoa's delicious, earthy.
Oh, good.
I like that
with
earthy,
mushrooms.
with the mushroom.
Yep.
Taste some of the veggies here. Crispy. A lot of flavor.
Tender.
And what did you do with these?
With the vegetables, very easy. All I did was put the sesame oil in first, the ginger and the garlic to get that to kind of infuse in the oil. The vegetables that I have in here are carrots, snow peas, water chestnuts, bamboo shoots, bok choy, scallions, and celery. Then all I did was I took some chicken broth and cornstarch, just a tablespoon of cornstarch and about a cup of the chicken broth. And then I poured it in after I sizzled the vegetables a little bit. And then it creates a nice sauce. Just like you would see, the thick sauce when you get your Chinese takeout.
Thickens it up. Yep.
Very easy.
This was a treat. Wow.
Thank you.
I am totally wowed.
Thank you
and
so
I think
much.
everybody else will be when they read your blog. So give us a little bit of information.
My blog is colorfultakeoutqueen.com. And I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and Facebook.
Terrific. So
thank
you
you.
definitely want to check that out, and you'll get the recipes for all these great things if you go to WNEP.com and on your blog.
Thank you so much.
This was so much fun, Laura.
Thank
Thank
you so much
you.
for coming.
Oh, thank you. And happy cooking, takeout queen.
Thank you very much, teaching everyone how to make takeout.
That's right. Thanks. We'll see you next time on the Home and Backyard Cookbook.